Automating your consultancy business has never been easier. Hi everyone, welcome back. Calendly here, and this video is simply showing you how you can automate your business in 2022. Also, as you can tell, if you've been watching the past couple of videos, I've packed a bit of my apartment up. It's a bit echoey. I do apologise, but we're nearly in Italy. We're nearly there. So I've been doing this video because I had a good friend of mine, James. He asked me, how actually do I automate my business? I was like, well, I'm getting into doing these videos, so why don't I actually tell you all that? I am massive on automation. It is one of the biggest things within my business, and it really does make my life so much easier. And some of these are apps, some of them are software, some of them are people, but it has helped me grow my business, and it's also helped so many of my clients and everyone that I know as well. So I'm going to share with you a few of my personal things. This could be endless, but things that I know you need for automating your business in 2022. Number one is Calendly. So Calendly is the automating booking software. Very simple to use. It's easy to set up, but it's good value for money. But also it embeds into your web browsers, into LinkedIn. It's very universal, and I absolutely love Calendly, and everyone books in with me using this. So I actually have these set up buttons. So I have buttons for clients, one-to-ones. I even have a couple that are embedded into my websites and things like that for people to book in with me. In fact, you can actually find a link in the description now to book in with me. So I love Calendly, but when the free version is great, but when you use the paid version, you can also set up workflows. So workflows, funnels, they're similar, but they're not. It's a bit of a mismatch. But the workflows in particular. So when someone books in with me, they will get an email reminder, they'll get a text reminder. But also when they've had the call with me, I've sent up a chain of follow-up emails. Not massively elongated because they are in the Calendly format. You can't personalize the aesthetic of them, but you can personalize the message and the links. So they may get, depending on what they've booked in for on the call, like if it's a client call, they use the same link every time, so they don't really get one, other than make sure you're booking for next week. If it's a one-to-one that I've had, I will send them a follow-up one, booking in for a further one-to-one, also maybe a link to my Facebook group, my Telegram chat, anything like that, and you can set all them up on the workflows. And once again, it's automating it. So just in case you missed something in that conversation when you was talking to that person, you don't have to worry massively because they'll get an email anyway telling them to book in. Make sure you say thank you, and don't sell in it. I know other people may tell you otherwise, like this is your chance to slide something else in. Don't sell in it. I hate it. You probably hate it. Don't do it. But use the workflows to remind them of other little things, to book back in with you, to point them in directions. Use it for your call to actions. But in particular, it is a really good way of just making sure that you don't miss anything in your conversation. You don't have to worry about it. Now, number two is Hubspot. So one of the things that I love is my CRM, my customer relationship management. And I use this for everything, not just clients. But everything that I'm going to mention pretty much integrates or works with one another. So Calendly books in with Hubspot. So when someone books in through my Calendly from my last point, they automatically get a profile made on Hubspot. So I use this to send personal emails to them, anything like that. So Hubspot CRM, you have a big, massive directory of people you've personally added, people that have booked in with you, or anything like that, any other way that is working with it. And you can send your marketing emails, you can send everything else through there. But I use this in particular to take notes from people that I've had meetings with. So I literally will write if they've got a goldfish, if they was going on holiday, what's going on with the business, if they mentioned it was the birthday. I put all these different things on there, and it makes conversations and one-to-ones and leads so much easier, because I can also share this information on HubSpot too. There are lots of other CRMs. I find HubSpot on the free version offers you the most. You don't have to sign up to 6 different things to get loads of different options. Offers you the most on the free one. I can send 1,000 emails a month for free. I do sometimes use it for marketing emails, but I've separated people into different lists, so you can do that as well. So I have a list for one-to-ones that I've had, clients, potential clients, and people I've met networking. And that way I can separate who I want to send emails to if something's happening, if I'm going traveling, when I've done YouTube videos and want to send out a reminder that the new video's out. I do it all via that. And it is so good and it's so slick. But also sending emails through them, you can actually send an email per person's account. So you can actually go to clicks emails, new email, and you can send them an email that looks like you've sent it from your personal Gmail, Outlook, whatever you use. You can even put your own signature on there if you've got one. But why I like this, because if you get the HubSpot app on your phone, you actually will get a red receipt or notification every time they open that email. It's embedded. So not just when they've read it the first time, every time they open that email, you will get a notification. So you know that they've got it. And it's great. I absolutely love it. And it is such a useful tool. And to be honest, I could not have got as personal I have meeting as many people as I do without HubSpot. It really helps me keep on track of it. So number 3 is Mailerlite. So I just mentioned that I use HubSpot mainly for marketing emails, but I actually use Mailerlite for building very easy and simple funnels, lead generations, email automation, anything along them lines. It is so easy to use. Don't get me wrong, there is ClickFunnels, there is everything else which is for pros, but if you're looking for just starting out to just start doing these things, once again, the free version is awesome. I recommend Mailerlite. So the way I use it is I will simply release a new ebook or a free download. People go on there, put their email in to get it, and then literally they'll get a chain of emails. And I don't sell on mine. Once again, I use it very similar to how I use Calendly workflows. I do a follow-up email, for example, of after here's your ebook, maybe a couple of days after, what did you think to it? Have you got any questions? Then maybe a few days after that, I'll send another one of an old ebook. By the way, don't forget this one, because then that will put them into that workflow for that one and that automation. And I do it that way. And then I always have a call to action, which is booking a call with me or getting my Telegram group or so on and so on, find me on LinkedIn or so on and so on. It's a really good way of doing it. And I absolutely love Mailerlite just for the usability of it. Once again, it's great for the free option. I'm a bit of a cheapskate. If I don't have to pay, I won't pay. Why would I? And I will move towards ClickFunnels. I'm actually looking more at them now and other funnel builders. But what's got me by so far, if you're not already doing this for automation, is that. It's as simple as doing something like that. You can do a Facebook ad. You can do any form of advert, call to action. You can stick it on your Instagram profile, like download or access this here, and send them into Mailerlite and into your automation. If you haven't got a funnel already, you can just create one. As simple as this. So Mailerlite is number 3. Number 4 for automation is actually not an app or a piece of software, it's a person. So it's time to grow your team. And a lot of people get scared at this when they're first starting out, but let's start with the obvious for me, title or person to look for, which is a VA, a virtual assistant. They can help you with so much of this. So actually, I've just mentioned a few things, but setting all the time for getting all this and getting them all done, setting up the HubSpot and building the funnels on Mailerlite, hire a VA to do it. And they can do it all for you. And they can do all this automation too. And also, if anyone wants to book in with a call, you could use them as a sales closer or an appointment setter. You've technically got an appointment setter through Calendly, but if you want to utilize this person so they can actually possibly, get the sale a lot better because you're seeing a physical human, use a VA. A VA is so awesome for automating your business. And if you don't know how to get one, you can look on Upwork, can look on lots of other things that I've mentioned, Upwork, Fiverr, but ask your network. If you are on LinkedIn, if you have started networking, which I do bang on a lot about, ask your network for a good VA. You'll get a lot of recommendations. Go with a person that specializes in automation. If you're wanting to build automation, specialize in someone that does automation, because they will know what you're going for. And do it that way. But hire a VA, start growing your team. You buy the hours. You don't even put them on like a PAYE if you're in the UK or anything like that. Just use them by the hour and automate your business. The next point is actually 2 pieces of software. It's going to be Monday.com and Slack. And the reason for this is because if you're working with a team member, or if you're not, but if you're using that VA, you might want to work with them in one particular place or 2. So Monday.com is project management. You can use it as a CRM, but once again, I think HubSpot offers more. But using it project management and making sure that automations work to the client, make sure that onboarding process is perfect, use Monday and do it that way. It's absolutely amazing. It is user-friendly, and you can also set up automation and workflows within Monday as well. So if you're, for example, onboarding a client and that goes to your VA, you can set the work to them, and you can actually set a workflow of when the VA has done that bit, it sends back to you, or it sends back to someone else if you've hired a marketing person, another VA, or anything along them lines. It's really good at building that, managing your team, managing your business, and keeping an eye on all your projects in one go. But in particular, it also links up with a lot of the other apps that I've already mentioned, but in particular Slack, which is a VoIP system or communication tool, a bit like Discord, if anyone is on Discord. But I use this for all of my clients, and I've also got my team members on there as well. So I have all of my business and my people in one place. I'm not getting messages through WhatsApp, Telegram, Facebook Messenger, emails. It's a faster way to respond. Everyone can have access, especially if it's a client, and your team can also jump in as well. It's a very slick, very easy way of having everyone in one place, working with everyone, and I also have a Slack channel for every single one of my clients. We have a Slack platform for each one, especially if they have a team. So if I'm working with them and their team, they can invite their relevant team members onto it as well, and I can work from that way. It's a lot easier. It's automated once again because you're there, you're in it, everyone's in one place. And actually, maybe instead of waiting on you to answer a question, one of your team members can answer a question, your VA can answer a question. Maybe someone else in their team can answer it. It makes life a lot easier. So Monday and Slack, and they work perfect together. It's like a match made in heaven. And my final point, this is one of the best things I ever learned, was taking payments. Take payments through Stripe. So you have got Stripe and you've got another one called Go Cardless. Go Cardless is great for setting up direct debits. But let me tell you why you should use Stripe. Stripe, you can basically, it saves people's card details. You can't see them, don't worry, it's safe. But on Stripe, you can invoice, set up recurring invoices, which sets up more as a standing order than a direct debit, and a lot more. But when you're in a consultancy business, one of the things you can end up doing possibly sometimes is chasing payments. So we need to eradicate that. We need to get rid of you chasing payments. So what you can do is on Stripe, you can set it up where when they pay through their invoice, it saves their card details. And you can set it up where it's in your T's and C's or when you first start working with a client that they pay you up front and you will automatically take the money every month. You will do it. Doesn't matter. You can even invoice them for different amounts every month. Click charge. As long as you've got their permission, you can just bill them straight away. You don't have to chase money anymore. You don't have to wait for their accounts department or their accountant or whoever does the payment. There are lots of other ways you can automate your business, but them ones are what I'd recommend for anyone that is starting out. You know, we could start going into the social media, the other marketing sides of it, but that's not what you need to get started. For me, it's just them few things to make sure your business is automated to the maximum potential this year, and you do need to get into the habit of doing them, especially them workflows and so on and so on. But once you've done them, it's done. Biggest thing I'd recommend leaving all that is make sure you put in your calendar to maybe check them every month, every 3 months, just to make sure they're still relevant with all the relevant links. People do a lot of these things and leave them and just don't think about them again. But then links become old, links become broken, and then it looks a bit crap. So make sure you go and check them, set it in your diary to look them up once a month, once every 3 months, or get your VA to do it and just make sure that everything is still working and that everything is still relevant and up to date. Thank you for watching that video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe and check out the next video right here.